Dealing with an intermittent check engine light can be the most frustrating thing for a car owner, and that is exactly what code P00A9 represents. This code stands for Intake Air Temperature Sensor 2 Circuit Intermittent Bank 2. Unlike a hard fault where the part is completely dead, this code means a signal from the sensor is dropping in and out, or spiking erratically. The Powertrain Control Module, or PCM, relies on a steady stream of data from this sensor to mix fuel and air correctly, usually aiming for a ratio of 14.1 to 1. When the signal flickers or becomes unstable, the computer gets confused. You might notice your car hesitating during acceleration, surging while idling, or getting poor gas mileage because the computer is constantly trying to adjust to false data. Since this is bank 2, ensure you are looking at the side of the engine opposite cylinder number 1. The number 1 cause for this specific code is actually a loose or corroded electrical connector. Because these sensors are often located on the air intake tube or near the air filter box, they get jostled around a lot during routine maintenance like oil changes or filter replacement. It is very common for the connector to not be seated all the way or for the wires to rub against other engine components, wearing through the insulation. To fix this, start with a visual inspection. Pop the hood and locate the sensor on the air inlet pipe. Wiggle the connector while the engine is running. If the engine idle changes or stumbles when you wiggle the wire, you have found your problem. Check the metal pins inside the connector for any green or white corrosion and clean them with electrical contact cleaner. If the connection is tight, you'll want to use a scan tool to watch the temperature graph while you drive or wiggle the harness. You are looking for sudden spikes or dropouts in the temperature reading that do not match reality. If the wiring looks perfect and the connector is tight, the internal element of the sensor itself might be failing under vibration. In that case, replacing the sensor is a cheap and easy fix. However, if the problem persists after a new sensor and checking the connector, you could be looking at a more complex wiring issue deeper in the harness, or, very rarely, a fault in the PCM. If you have replaced the sensor and cleaned the connector but the ghost code keeps coming back, it is time to visit a professional shop for a deeper electrical diagnosis.